We're good.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
This is the Mayor and Council meeting, May 7th at 7 p.m. Linda, will you please read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement and call the meeting to order?
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. The meeting dates for the year are confirmed at the annual meeting, are posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website, published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year, and copies are sent to the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger.
Roll call, please.
Councilman O'Connell.
Here.
Councilman O'Toole.
Here.
Council President Lovasolo. Councilwoman Homan.
Here.
Councilman Delawisio. Councilman Yakarino.
Here.
Mayor Wozinski.
Here. Everybody, please stand with the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so first I'm going to read a proclamation and then I will do agenda. This is a proclamation in recognition of Mental Health Awareness Month 2026. Whereas mental health is essential to overall health and well-being, and all people experience times of difficulty and stress in their lives and should feel comfortable in seeking help and support to manage these times. Whereas, like physical illness, mental illness is a medical condition that can be treated effectively through prevention, early identification, and early intervention. And with effective treatment, all individuals with mental illness can make progress towards recovery and lead a full and productive life. Whereas mental illness affects 1 in 5 people in the United States, and the experience can be devastating for individuals and families with little knowledge or access to mental health services. And this year's theme, More Good Days Together, encourages our community members to reflect on what a good day looks like for themselves and for their neighbors, fostering the insight needed to connect people to the right support at the right time. And whereas May is annually recognized throughout the nation as Mental Health Awareness Month, and it is the 13th anniversary of the beginning of the Stigma-Free Initiative in Bergen County, which began with Paramus initially declaring itself stigma-free zone in 2013. And whereas the Borough of Allendale, having previously declared itself a stigma-free zone, remains committed to supporting this vital initiative. Whereas stigma-free zones aim to inspire public interest and open dialogue about stigma, raise awareness of the disease of mental illness, and create a culture wherein residents who have the diseases of mental illness feel free to seek treatment for the disease without fear of stigma. And whereas local resources are available to treat the disease of mental illness, so no resident needs to suffer alone or feel helpless. Now therefore be it resolved that the Borough of Allendale recognizes these community needs and continues to support the efforts of the County of Bergen in continuing to be stigma-free zone. Okay. That is, it's very important, I think, to raise awareness of mental illness. It's not something that you see like a broken leg, but there's a lot of people who suffer from it. So we're happy to be supporting that. Okay. Agenda review. We have our second reading of the capital ordinance. And then we have introduction of ordinance. One is to amend chapter 270-20. This was the maintenance standards. This has to do with the lighting in our downtown. Then we have a resolution supporting Bergen County open space application. This is for 274 West Allendale Ave, also known as the Turner House. We also have the resolution that's in conjunction with that authorizing the borough to submit the grant. We are adopting our local budget, and we have our consent agenda, which are matters that are considered routine and enacted in one motion, but I do like to point some of the items out. To highlight some of the work that we're doing and what's going on in town. We are appointing a temporary qualified purchasing agent, and that is Allison Altano. We're starting with our supplements of the Crestwood Lake salaries. So that means Crestwood Lake is getting open soon. We're going to be purchasing 2 vehicles for the police department. We are also appointing Lou Environmental Services. This is a contractor that is going to look at the lead paint in our some of our rental homes. This is actually a state mandate. And we are having this environmental service do this for us, and it's not going to cost the borough anything. We are also hiring a part-time building monitor, and we have 2 seasonal employees that we are hiring, and they're going to be starting actually on Monday. We also donated to Northern Highlands Safe and Sober Project graduation, as we do every year. Okay. So next, I would like to open the meeting to the public on any agenda items. Anybody from the public wish to speak on any agenda items? Not seeing anyone, I'm going to bring it back. Next, we have our second hearing of our ordinance. This was part 2 of our capital ordinance, which is our fields, part of the tennis courts, and a bunch of other capital projects. Linda, will you please read ordinance 26-12?
The following ordinance published herewith was first read by title only on April 23rd, 2026, and posted on the bulletin board of the lobby of the municipal building and borough website. Ordinance 26-12, capital ordinance of the Borough of Allendale in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, authorizing various public improvements and acquisitions in, by, and for the borough, appropriating therefore the sum of $1,500,000, and providing that such sums so appropriated shall be raised from the borough's capital improvement fund and from a state grant.
Thank you. I'd like to open up the meeting to the public on ordinance 26-12. Not seeing anyone. Do I have a motion? So moved. Second, please.
Councilman O'Connell.
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole.
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan.
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
All right, next we're introducing ordinance 26-14. This is to amend the code signs chapter 270-20. We are constantly reviewing our code in land use, and this is just another example of it. With all the new like bright lights that are coming, we are encouraging via ordinance, not watts, kelvins of 2,700. And we also just clarified the definition of what a backlit sign is. So some of the newer signs now have like a slight backlit that look okay. What we don't want is those big plastic ones that are completely lit up. So we have that clarified in our ordinance. Do I do motions for that one? Do I have a motion for ordinance 26-14?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Okay, Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
All right. Next.
Ordinance 26-14, an ordinance to amend, supplement, and revise the code of the Borough of Allendale, signs chapter 270-20I6, Article 5, maintenance standards. Ordinance 26-14 has been introduced upon first reading and will be posted on the borough website on May 8th, 2026, and will be taken up for further consideration and final passage at the meeting of the mayor and council on May 21st, 2026 at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter.
Do I have a motion?
We did.
Next, we have resolution 26-137. So this is a resolution authorizing the borough to submit the grant for open space acquisition. This is also the public comment for this grant application. Again, this is the Turner House. We were talking about this for quite some time. I think we have a very good chance of getting county money. I'm going to actually do a big presentation for them, but I've been in touch with the county, and we literally have the perfect project for them. So we are looking forward to receiving potentially up to 70 or 80% of acquisition costs. And right now, we're still in the middle of getting the appraisals which are required for the grant. So do I have a motion?
So
Approve
moved.
26-137.
Thank you, Amy, for spearheading the work to do this grant.
How many years?
It's a lot, and it really would be such a wonderful addition to.
So, oh, yes. So as part of the grant, we need to also open it up to the public. So is there anybody from the public that would like to have any questions or speak to grant application for Bergen County Open Space? Okay, thank you. Okay, so, do I have a motion?
Yes, Holman, please.
Second, please.
Second.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes,
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we have resolution to amend the 2026 budget. Allison called me on this. It is just an amendment where there is a salary line that instead of in two spots, they wanted it combined, but it didn't touch the bottom line. So do I have a motion to approve 26-138?
yes,
Did we do
Second.
public comment at the last meeting?
We did do public comment,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Holman,
yes,
Second, please.
Second.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
yes,
Councilman Yakarino.
And then next, we have the adoption of our municipal budget. I'll talk about this in my report, but resolution 26-139. Adoption of the municipal budget. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, please.
Holman,
Thank you.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
yes,
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Homan,
yes,
Councilman Yakarino.
Stain 26-148, yes to that.
Alrighty. Next, we have our council reports. I will start with Councilman O'Connell.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have a report. I do wish to send my condolences to Joe Deloso and his family on their loss.
Thank you. Councilman O'Toole.
Thank you, Mayor. I too would like to extend my deepest condolences to Joe and his family. It's a tough time for him. Public Safety Committee met earlier this week. It's that time of year when things really start picking up to discuss the upcoming Fourth of July events, planning a meeting with the holiday observers to make sure that we have everything set for the big day. We also discussed Memorial Day, the 250th parade and celebration, signage in our downtown area. Discussed also a few residents' concerns. Chief Dillon reported that the transition of dispatch to our combined shared service with Ramsey is going very well. A couple of very, very minor hiccups.
Great,
They're
yeah.
very, very smooth. Chief Dillon has also secured a vendor for the concrete pads for our safety slips, which are the automated parking monitors. You'll have 4 downtown by the crosswalks and have them on the legal parkings in the crosswalks. So those should be deployed in the near future. And also last week, we conducted an interview for our soon to be vacant sergeant position. I can say that we have an embarrassment of great candidates, so we will have a great sergeant to replace Jamie Hillgardner, who will be ascending to lieutenant upon Lieutenant Richards. That's all I've got.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Councilwoman Homan.
yes, thank you so much. First of all, yeah, Joe Deloso, it's been amazing. Fun. And his heart certainly goes out to him, but also hopeful that he recognized his role that was given to his father throughout the years. And I do also think it's important to note the mental health proclamation. Mental health is something that I think the more we talk about it as individuals, the more open we actually do become to it. And having my brother really in what was a mental health need area, I think it's really just important that we become comfortable. And I think having a proclamation like that and having conversations around that is super important.
And I'm sure you see a lot of that in the schools as well for all the kids, right?
Yeah, they're all, everybody's growing and learning and experiencing different things all the time. So it's important that we're open to talk about it. So nobody gets offended. So on the council part, certainly with water, it's very, continues to be very busy. Veolia has a rate case in front of the Board of Public Utilities. Allendale has registered as an intervener in this case. So myself, Mayor Lozinski, and our awesome lawyer, Ray Wiss, we have attended several and have several more meetings on the docket to be a part of the settlements portions, which does involve also preparing information beforehand. So I think that we've worked well as a team and we are committed to try to work with all the parties for Allendale to have their contract with Veolia upheld, which this year would be a 5% rate increase on our water. It is much more complicated than when we believe. Is that well said?
Yes.
Understatement.
Okay, and I'll leave it at that. We certainly, as we can, the settlement talks are not for public discussion, so as we can share information, we will, but we are definitely involved. And as far as sewer goes, there's a lot of moving parts, and Ray Wiss is really managing much of that. They all revolve around the building that is currently going on and will be going on in Saddle River, and access to Northwest Bergen sewer utility through Allendale in some way, shape, or form. So that also keeps us busy, and we're trying to do the right thing for Allendale.
And that's it. Thank you very much. Councilman Yakarino.
Thank you, Mayor. Along with everyone else, our best wishes to the Dallas here family. Short report next week, we'll be meeting on site with the new concessionaire. We'll be doing a walkthrough with them. We're getting communication, just making sure that they're ready to go for opening weekend on Memorial Day. All the bands have been finalized. We look forward to bringing them, and it looks like we will have a sponsor from All American Ford for one of those
That's great.
bands.
That's
So,
wonderful.
spoke to Dom Minervini, who's the general manager, and he's very happy to support us. So we're looking forward to bringing them on as a sponsor.
Excellent.
So they'll probably be sponsoring Midlife Crisis.
Great,
So
great job.
It's a good combination there. So we'll
Right,
leave it there.
doesn't hurt to ask.
You don't know unless you ask.
Excellent. Councilwoman Lovasolo, are you okay to?
I'm
Thank you
good.
for rushing.
So I think what we should do is you should give us a report on the traffic.
Yes, well, the estimated time I was supposed to be here was like 7:26, and I got here at like 7:11. I
Oh,
pulled
boy.
in part day, so all to be here for you guys. Exactly. Sorry, chief. So I do apologize for being late. I ended up staying in Baltimore longer than I anticipated. My daughter ended up needing to get a wisdom tooth pulled while we were down there moving her out of her apartment. She graduates next week. Yay, Allie. So she's fine. Everything's good now. I also want to join everyone here in extending my condolences to Councilman Joe Delawisio on the loss of his father. As far as reports go, we had our land use committee report last week. I want to thank Tyler for being there this
In the
time.
flesh.
It was awesome. Yes, instead of calling in, he was actually there. As always, we have a great team. Mayor Amy, our CFO and BA Allison is there. Anthony, our code enforcement officer, Mike Vreeland, our engineer, Andy, our DPW superintendent, and we get together and discuss many issues in the town having to do with land use, whether it be road quality or
Or like residents.
Residents
Like, 'cause there's-
issues.
Sometimes there's that gray area that we discuss in committee to see whether they have to actually go to the full
the
land.
deer issue, which we have done things about, extending fence heights and deer fencing. Other than that, I just want to commend our mayor on the beautiful pocket park
Yeah.
that we have in town. You know, I gotta tell you, as a council, you know, I'd like to think we all are in this for the right reasons, and we are, and we don't always all agree on stuff. And I have to say that the mural isn't everyone's vision, but it totally was the vision of our mayor and an artist, a local artist in town. And because of our trust in Amy's taste and vision, many of us joined the team. I came back from Scarsdale, New York, seeing a Dine the Dale event there and brought it into town. And Amy totally jumped on that. I thought it was a fun idea. And we had a great day. And I thank once again our chief for helping us
Mike
Yeah,
and Matt.
Mike,
logistically do the
yeah,
whole
Mike,
Dine the
yeah.
Dale event.
It was fun. It was awesome.
And now the mural is up
Great.
and all the naysayers
Yeah.
are loving it. And then the beautiful pocket park in front of it is just a wonderful place for all Allendale residents to enjoy. So Mayor, thank you for that vision with me. I'm trying to think what else we had this week. A lot. I'll just pass them on though.
All right, thank you very much. Our administration, Linda Servino, our clerk.
So I also want to give my deepest condolences to the Delawisio family. Tonight is late night, in the clerk's office, so, Chris would like, registration and compost and anything else that you can get in the clerk's office. The last, night to register to vote for the primary is May 12th, so we will be open until, 9 PM to register to vote. And also regarding the mental health awareness, I also agree that's very, very, very important. My son is 26 years old right now, and when he was 13, I want to say eighth grade-ish, he came to me and cried and told me he wanted to talk to somebody. So I had got him, someone that he could talk to. I explained to him that he can tell that person anything he wanted to tell her, and she's not allowed by law to tell me as long as he doesn't hurt himself or threaten others. So I enforced the fact that there was, she will not tell me, so he could tell her anything. I'm not going to ask any questions, because I wanted him to feel comfortable, just going there and telling her whatever he wants to tell. So he saw her for about 2 years. I'm kind of against medication, so it was really just a talk. That's all he needed, was just 2 years. And my younger kids are, 6 and 7 years younger than him. So when they reach that age, I encourage them, and I did the same thing without them even coming to me. So they both agreed and they wanted to, and I did the same thing, tell them anything you want. So I think it's very important for kids, particularly, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th,
Yeah.
somewhere around
Yeah.
that age group. But I think it's important to let them know that, I think a lot of them are scared too, that, they're going to say something to a counselor and, they're going to run back to us. So I just tried to tell them, I'm not asking them any questions, but I did notice after they did speak to them, they walked out and they were very happy and they just very positive. So I think that's very, very, very important. And on top of that, I do have an older brother, that I can't even tell you how many times as a young little girl that my mom got phone calls that he was gonna, he would call and say he's gonna kill himself. So he was very suicidal, but he's okay now,
That's
but it
great. A
was,
lot of times it is phases, and if something like this can help somebody get through,
yeah, so,
it is
but,
for some people. Thank
yeah, and that's all I have for now.
you. Thank you. Sharon. Chief Devlin.
Alderman's only May 7th, I feel like summer's in, full swing here in Elmville.
It is.
Starting with baseball, excuse me, opening day on Saturday. And then, we're working with all different community organizations to facilitate safe events. Could be, carnivals or a parade or fireworks. So this is our busy time of year, so we're switching to emergency preparedness mode and planning and, just appreciate the support of the mayor and council and all the community organizations that meet with us to agree to have a very safe and successful events throughout the summer.
Yes, we still have to get that holiday observer one on the calendar. They're already planning for 4th of July.
Yeah, well, that's good.
No, that's really good. We prompted that email too.
Chief, can I get a clarification on something?
Sure.
The electric scooter law that passed in, not scooter, electric bike law that passed in, New Jersey. What are the requirements now? When did that take effect, or does it take, is it already in effect?
So the new scooter ordinance, well, excuse me, the state law.
State law.
Will go into effect. I will get you the exact date. In essence, it creates
I think
a
it's summer, right?
requirement. Was that?
I think it's the summer, right?
Yeah, it's, one second.
It was
It was July.
Right. Effect, that's not it.
That's okay. We don't,
It's okay.
we don't need the
Yeah,
exact
the
date.
one that I have is not, it says January, but I know it's not January.
Yep.
With you. I'll give you the right answer.
But it means permitting in the,
Yeah, so it creates a requirement for helmets and also license and registration based on a classification, if it's electric scooter, low-speed electric bicycle, or motorized bicycle. So in essence, it's based on your speed, right? So any Motorized bicycle that's pedal or throttle, gas or electric, higher than 28 miles per hour, you're required to have a license registration.
Thank you. for that clarification. Yes, so that's probably scooter time now that the summer's,
Yeah,
Taking
we're
it
already
as well.
receiving phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had discouraged parents from buying their kids. Unfortunately, that's the only way to handle this. I really
be
believe.
like the Scrooge and steal all the
Yeah,
bikes
the
from
motoring
the tree.
public are not ready for these
No,
motorized.
they're not
bicycles
trained.
Driven by children.
Mhm.
I'm sure our police department will be on top of it. Take it.
So is that permitting through DMV or is that
Correct.
locally?
Yeah. And I'm not 100% sure if DMV has figured out those logistics yet,
Okay,
but yes. Department of Facilities.
They need a license, they gotta have them insured as well.
Anything else in your report?
Thank you, Mayor.
Ready with our borough attorney.
Very briefly, we want to extend my condolences to Joe and his family. Mental health, as mentioned in the proclamation, actually, recall it was a very sad situation just this week on the Palisades where there was a jumper, as the husband was actually calling the police to try to locate her. So, obviously from high school children to, adults, it's it's a societal issue and a societal problem. And unfortunately, I think there's a realization also that there's not enough mental health professionals and facilities to accommodate the needs. And, that's, it's a shame, but not a lot of resources there. The Bureau was also mentioned. I think a lot of times reaction when the mayor brought that one, you're gonna do what? And I think it was sheer force of will that resulted in that project, the doing, the financing, the getting it done. So that no small coup on your part, Mayor. Councilman Holman mentioned many things the last 2 weeks has involved in. I think today was settlement conference number 4 on the rate case. There have been other meetings. There have been our appearance before the judge at the inception of the case. Now there's a matter of putting together testimony. It's a very strange show. There's probably about 50 plus people on the screen at any given time. I'm not sure what 49 of them are doing at any given time, but I mean, it's, I did quip today to the mayor and to Councilman Holman that it is like watching paint dry. It is laborious. And I have to say that even though to some extent Allendale is a very, very small part of it, the work and the participation of the mayor and Councilwoman Holman in this proceeding, not only on behalf of Allendale, but on behalf of ratepayers, is above and beyond. And I think that the regular participants in the process are a little bit, I'll say aghast, but surprised by the dimension of that participation. And I have to confess to Councilman Holman that I probably need a tutorial on all the math she is crunching, because that's why I became an attorney, because math wasn't my forte. So that and the Saddle River sewer matter was mentioned. Mostly that's in connection with the Toll Brothers project. We are, as was the case with Avalon, we are having discussions with both the developer's attorney and also with upcoming with Saddle River itself, as it would result in a modified sewer agreement with Saddle River. So it's a very formative situation. There's a lot of minor variables going on, and Mayor and Councilman Holman being involved in some of those variables. But it's progressing in orderly fashion, but as they say, a deal isn't a deal till it's a deal. So we have to see how that goes. And then also working with the chief on some departmental matters over the last couple of weeks. That's it.
Okay, I will give my report. We had a DPW meeting just this morning. Everybody's getting ready for Crestwood. It's the big push. And the downtown, we're getting all ready and spruced up for the two parades that we have. I also walked the streets with Police Officer Namoff and Lieutenant Todd Griffith to review all the signages on Main Street. So we're cleaning all that up. So downtown's looking really great. Of course, the pocket park was just planted. There was somebody sitting in there today for quite a while. Really, really happy. So we are going to have to move one of our council meetings. I just want to formally make this announcement. On the 25th of June, I have to attend the Bergen County Open Space and give a presentation. So we're going to move that meeting to the 18th. So we have a June 11th meeting and an 18th meeting back to back. So Linda, if you don't mind updating that, that'd be wonderful.
No problem.
The budget, we adopted today. I just wanted to say, I'm just very proud of this budget. We have one of the lowest tax impact in all of Northwest Bergen County. Our tax rate has decreased 6 years in a row, this year being 10%. And we've been very creative outside of the box for revenue. As you know, we apply for every grant. We've received up to about $2 million in grants for the past 4 years. People are going to have a less than 1% increase. The average would be around $38, but some people will be receiving none. Some people will be receiving a little more than that, some people a little bit less, and some people actually receive a decrease. And this is the numbers that we've been seeing with all of our revaluations. So 60% of the town after the revaluations does not receive a significant increase. They receive a decrease or they remain neutral. So I know a lot of people think their taxes are automatically going to go up if they have a reval. This week is Municipal Clerks Week. So we want to thank Linda for all that you do for our borough and running her meetings.
A round of applause. Let's go. I didn't even think about it.
Veolia is putting in their permanent PFAS treatment from well 11 to well 5 and then down to the new street treatment plant. The police have been doing a great job directing traffic and setting out notifications. So this is very worthy work. So we are happy to accommodate the distraction for a bit. And I do want to say thank you to Councilman Holman with all the work that she's doing with this rate case. I am very grateful for you and for your love of spreadsheets. Because she's making their heads spin. They're not used to this, and it's actually really fun to watch. And with that, do we have any new business or unfinished business? I'd like to open up the meeting to the public on comments on any matter. Not seeing anybody. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for pulling together.
Good night.